Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Abe with MysticGenmara.com, and today I would like to do your Earth Elemental sign reading for April of 2022. And the Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So if you are a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn sun sign, or if you have it in your chart under the moon or ascending, you can take what you need from this reading and ignore the rest. And the way I usually do my readings are Sunday through Saturday, but since April falls a little bit different, it will be the 3rd through, which is a Sunday through that Saturday. So it will be a 4-week window for April this year. So if you are ready, I like to do a little grounding energy work right at the beginning, just a little breath work. So if you're driving or operating machinery, I recommend skipping ahead a little bit so that you don't hear this part. Relaxing while you're driving is not the best idea. But if you are ready, you can just go ahead and take a nice deep breath in, breathing in through your belly, bringing in beautiful white light, and exhale, releasing any stress or tension. Allow your shoulders to drop and your neck to relax. Take another nice deep breath in, bringing in this brown or green light, the energy of Earth. And exhale, allowing your mind to rest and be open to any messages that come through today. Take another nice deep breath in, breathing in that beautiful white light. And exhale. Allow Spirit and Source to bring you messages and guidance this day. So the way I do my readings is I offer a guide for the week, a message from Source, and a lesson or challenge. And the decks that I'm using will be linked in the comment section below. For your guide this month, we're using the Crystal Mandala deck. Your messages from Source will come from the Gratitude Oracle deck, and your lesson or challenge will come from the Fairy Tarot. So let's see what Earth has for, or what Spirit has for the Earth signs for April of 2022. Crystal Guide and Guardian. And this deck actually gives you a spirit guide as well as a stone to work with for this week. So your guide is Archangel Gabriel, and your stone is turquoise. There we go. I trust in the divine timing and loving wisdom that guide me to shine my light for spiritual benefit of all beings, including myself. The light within me is one with the great universal source of love, light, and wisdom. Its strength, protection, truth, and grace can be trusted to provide all that is needed for me to step forward and manifest my sacred purpose. I release the past and step into the higher reality that's now available to me. I shine my light, bright and true. So how to work with this is you can tap into the Archangel Gabriel energy, which she is a water angel, but it works well with the earth signs. And you can carry a piece of turquoise with you if you have it. If not, you can always pick up a piece of clear quartz or white quartz. They carry the energies of all other stones. But with that, you are stepping into and accessing this higher frequency of energy that is open and available, and it's getting stronger. The energy frequencies coming from the center of our solar system, the sun, but also from the center of the Milky Way, and they're uplifting the planet's energies. And what this card is saying is Archangel Gabriel and the stone turquoise can help you tap into that energy at a much more rapid rate for this first week of April. So let's see what the message from Source is for April 2022 Earth signs. It is solitude. So what this is saying is that your guardian is Archangel Gabriel, helping you work through some communication and healing emotional wounds. And the message is saying that to do that, you need to be alone, have some quiet time. Solitude is not, oh, I'm lonely. Solitude is, I need a break and I'm going to step away for a minute because I need this time to heal. I need this time to understand what's going on inside my head. Sometimes the voices get a little loud when you have too many thoughts running around up there. And so what this is saying is find a way to have some quiet time, to be alone with your thoughts, journal them out. If you want to do video vlogs, that's fine too. I personally am pen and paper type. I'm old school. So for me, it's sitting down with a pen, paper, and just getting what's going through your head out, but doing it in a quiet space with relaxing music so that you can experience the thoughts that are going through your head and release and free yourself from them. Now, your lesson or challenge for the week of April, the first week of April 2022, Earth signs. It is the Sun. Plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for the blessings of life. So what this is saying, because it's a lesson or a challenge, is be graceful when you accept your rewards and accomplishments. Don't allow the ego to get ahead of you, and basically don't allow the ego to take you to the place of pride. There's pride of a job well done, but then there's the arrogant pride, which is I'm better than you. And what this is saying is bring yourself into alignment with, this is a job well done, I put my heart and soul into it, it's the best that I could possibly do, and be proud of that and accept it, but don't allow it to slip into the egoic pride of I'm better than somebody else. So that's your lesson for the first week of April. So let's move on to the Guardian for the second week of April for Earth signs in 2022. And it is the goddess Freya, and your stone is amber. It says, true to myself, I am an untamed divine soul willing to take responsibility for my freedom. I uncage my divinity and allow the untamable beauty of the truth to assert itself in every cell of my being. I give the freedom-loving divine rebel within permission to decondition my mind and lead me into wild grace. I allow the universe free access to assist, empower, and enliven my soul for the spiritual benefit of all beings. So, with the goddess Freya, she is a Celtic goddess, and she was a divine mother. And she could be a very strong warrior when she needed to be as well. And amber is what I have understood it to be a living stone. It came from a living tree. It was resin and sap, and then it crystallized into the current form we have today. And when you look at resin under a microscope or hold it up to light, like they did in Jurassic Park, you can actually see like bug particles and plant particles embedded within it. So it holds life within, and it's tapped into the solar energy very strongly. And so what that's saying is that this is a time of basically of an empowerment for you, and if you have amber, to carry it with you through the week and to work with the goddess Freya for basically strength and helping you understand those inner passions that maybe you repress. Fire signs tend to want to be, or earth signs, want to be stuck to the ground. We want to be grounded. We don't want to step out and, look into the mystical or any of that. What this is saying is a little bit of that fire popping up is not going to be a bad thing, and to have amber, the stone, and goddess Freya work with that energy to help you learn to bring it up and channel it for your benefit. So your message from Source for the second week of April 2022 Earth signs. It is merriment is the card. And this actually works really well with the guide and guardian for this week, which is merriment is to tap into that inner child. Find something that makes you happy. Find ways to enjoy the simple things in life again. When you were younger, if you ever had like the family game night, that would be a good thing to start trying again. See if you can get some friends over, maybe or just have game night with the family. It can be video games if it's a multiplayer thing, or it can be just card games and board games. I know for me growing up, having board games on Saturday night was a huge thing, where we would even have the church group that I was with at the time. We would either do volleyball or play board games every Saturday night. It was just what we did, and sometimes we'd be there till midnight. But it was so much fun, and it was just a way of kind of de-stressing from the week and associating with your friends that wasn't work-related or just in passing in the grocery store. So try to find ways to tap into that friendship and that just being happy again for no real reason, just because the sun's out or because it's a clear blue sky today. Just find ways to be happy. And the message for the second week of April, Earth signs, is to find merriment and happiness and just enjoy play again. So your challenge or your lesson for the second week of April 2022 for the Earth signs, I really like this fairy deck, it's very talkative, is the Two of Spring. A bright future manifested through hard work and creativity, partnering with others who share your dreams. Great progress is being made. So what this is saying is your challenge for the second week of April is learning to work with others. Most of the time you want to do it on your own. You're strong, you're stable, you're independent, you've got this. But what this is saying is it's okay to ask for help. And matter of fact, there are times when it would be better to ask for help than to do it on your own. Even if you know you could succeed on your own, maybe the help that you're asking for is for the other person's benefit. So by you asking for them to help you, you're actually helping them on their spiritual path. So your lesson or challenge for the second week of April is to basically ask for help, but do it in a way that is open to all possibilities, which could be for your benefit or for theirs. So, and hopefully this is resonating with you guys. And we're on to the third week of April for Earth signs in 2022. Nope, not yet. Sometimes the cards are a little less talkative than others. Third week of April 2022 Earth signs. There we go. Your guide for this third week is the goddess Bastet, which is the cat-headed goddess of Egyptians, and the stone is cat's eye. And it says, I melt into the sacred pleasure, taking delight in the sweetness of life and the sensuality of embodiment. I am a divine soul grounded in the temple of enlightenment that is my body. My joy is an offering of gratitude to the universe, which attracts greater blessings than I can share freely with this world, triggering a collective awakening into grace. I invite the divine to sweeten my life for the greater good of all beings. And if you've noticed, each of these crystals cards are actually mandalas. That's why I'm holding them up for so long. And cat eye is similar to tiger's eye from what I've experienced. But if you have one or the other, this would be a good stone to carry this week. And you're working with the goddess Bastet, which is Egyptian. So if you haven't studied into her, or if you have an interest in Egyptology, it'd be a good time to just kind of review a little bit about that. Off the top of my head, Bastet is one of the hearth and home goddesses of Egypt. I don't know all the details because she's never been one that resonated with me personally. But it would be a good thing to just maybe read up on what her energy is for and what she works with. Tiger's eye, though, is good for like wealth and abundance, but also for protection and for intuitive practices. So if you're working with your intuition and you're trying to get into a meditation practice, that would be another good stone to work with for that. So now let's look at your message from Source for the third week of April 2022 for the Earth signs. And your message from Source is evolve. And what this is saying is you've been in a certain place in your life for a time, we all have, and it's now time to step into the next part of your life, whether that be to start that art project that you've wanted to do, to take that online course that you've been looking at, or if it's something bigger like starting to go out dating or starting that business that you've been wanting to do. What they're saying right now is it is time to step into a higher aspect of who you are. You have all of the energy from the sun, from the heart of the Milky Way. The energy of the planet itself is starting to resonate to a higher frequency. And when it's saying evolve, it doesn't mean over time, long term. We live in a time now, from around 1910-ish, depending on who you talk to, of instant karma, where the reincarnation cycle has been slowed, if not completely done away with. What you do in this lifetime is what happens to you in this lifetime. And now that doesn't mean there won't be a cycle that continues, but all of the karma that has been built up, this is the generation, this is the era of clearing it and moving forward with a clean slate. And that's why you may have heard the term instant karma. Anything you do in this life affects you now, and it doesn't look like it's going to carry forward. It might, but my research and my intuitive studies are saying that it's less likely. But you are dealing with all of the karma from your previous existences. And what it's saying with evolve is to tap into that intuitive aspect of who you are, find out why things are happening, and then be able to transmute that and evolve it into a higher form. So if it's a poverty mindset, learn how to evolve it into a prosperity mindset. If it is a being alone and you're tired of being lonely, learn how to evolve that into the higher frequency of love and connection. So this evolution card is not just about one thing, it's about where is the area in your life that you need to move, shift, or evolve into a higher form, and work on that this week is what they're saying. So let's see what your lesson or challenge is. But what the evolve card is saying is you have the support of the divine, you have the support of the universe right now at your back. So this is a time to really push through some of those blocks and barriers. So your lesson or challenge is the Four of Autumn. It says manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money. Help out those who are less fortunate. So what this card is saying is to find a balance in your finances, in your time management, in your family and friends relationships. It says manage your resources wisely. That doesn't always mean finances. This card is saying keep an eye on your finances, and if there's something that you've been paying for but you just don't use anymore, like some of these streaming services, cancel them. Time to clear that kind of stuff out. But it's also saying manage your time. So when you have friends that you haven't talked to in a while and you just keep putting it off, find a way to schedule that time in. If you have kids events, schedule the time. It's very important, especially with little ones, to have their support of their parent. Find a way to schedule it so that you can be there for them. If it's with your partner that you have not had a date night with, set that time aside. So managing your resources, your most valuable resource is your time and your energy. And where you put that is where it will stay. So if you're putting all your time and effort and energy into your work, but you're forgetting your home life, your home life will suffer for that. And so what this card is saying is find a way to bring that back into a balanced state. So let's look at the 4th week of April for Earth signs in 2022. 4th week of April for the Earth signs in 2022. So the card that came up for the 4th week of April guide and guardians are the goddess Maya, which I'm not familiar with, so I can't help you with that one, sorry. But that'd be a good thing to research so that you know what the energy is. And the stone is the ruby aura quartz. Let's see if I can get I do have a different camera coming, so it says, I am present. I witness the truth that frees my heart and emboldens my mind with trust, inspiration, and determination. With courage and willingness, I see what I need to see when I need to see it. I ground myself in this moment where all answers, grace, and healing resides. I accept deeper truths that set me free. I perceive through the clear and loving spiritual eye within. I am divinity unfolding, and all is well. So the aura quartz is actually a quartz that has been heat treated with different minerals and different other crystals so that it takes on a sheen. And generally what it does is it enhances the quartz's natural ability. So a normal quartz carries all of the energies in it. It also enhances other stones. So by having the ruby aura quartz, you're actually enhancing your quartz crystal with the fiery ruby, which also brings in passion and love into it. So working with that energy during this week is a good thing, just to tap into that passion and that love that associates with the ruby aura quartz. So your message from Source for the 4th week of April for Earth signs in 2022. Your message is prayer. And what that's saying is, this week is a good week to reconnect with your spiritual guidance. However you see God, source, energy is a personal decision, and even if you go by the Christian Bible, it talks about a personal connection to God, and that is what's needed. And to do that, you have to be able to communicate. So prayer is you speaking, meditation is source speaking. So when you're praying, you're telling God about your problems, you're asking for help, or you're just visiting. And when you're meditating, you're waiting to hear the responses. And sometimes it'll come as images, sometimes it'll be words, sometimes you actually hear things. It all depends on what your intuitive abilities are. Some people only get through images and it's like a download and they have pictures and concepts. Other people will hear the voices. Some people will see words. So it just depends on how you communicate. But what it's saying for your message for this 4th week is Source wants to reach out and to reconnect with you, and this is a time for you to reach out and connect with Source. So that's the message. Let's see what your lesson or challenge for the 4th week of April is for Earth. It is the 10 of Summer. An emotionally fulfilling life with family or friends, raising children wisely, and people you can trust. And what that's saying is, for this 4th week, your lesson is training a child up in the way that he or she will go is a very important thing, and being a parent, to me, is a divine responsibility. You have been gifted this new person, and this person has its own personality, obviously, but you are there as a guide and a guardian, just like our angels and our spirit guides are for us. Your responsibility to that younger person is to help guide them in the way. So you're teaching them right and wrong, you're teaching them morals, you're teaching them ethics, and what this card is saying is your challenge for the week is to maybe look, if you're a parent, at how you're doing in that. Sometimes I'm not a parent yet, but I've talked to a lot of parents and they've told me some of their biggest challenge with their children is, am I doing a good job? And what this card is saying is just to look at how you're doing, how your child interacts with other people. And if they're being respectful and like holding doors open for the elderly and things like that, you're doing a good job. And what this is saying also is it's a time of fulfillment. So when you look at how your family is, single parents, parents are still together, however it works, look at how it's going and appreciate what you have. Even if it's a struggle some days where you just want to sit down and cry because, you know, the bills are due or you lost your job or however it works out, because we all have our own issues and trials in life. What this card is saying is the lesson for you is to learn how to look around you, and even if it's rough, be grateful for the amazing blessings that you do have, because having a family, having children, those are huge blessings. That's things that a lot of people spend a ridiculous amount of money to have, because it is such a drive within us as humans to have that family connection and that relationship. So this one is less of a lesson and more of a learn to appreciate and acknowledge the beauty of the family that you have, and look at how your children and your family is turning out, and realize you are doing it right even if it feels like you're struggling. So on that note, I hope that this resonates with you guys, and all the card decks will be linked in the description below. And if this resonated with you, go ahead and drop a like, and if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It helps my channel grow, and I'm a small channel right now. So if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.